travel to Birmingham, I made my way to University of Birmingham Leadership Institute for the International Society for the System Science Conference 2025, one of the world's most dynamic gatherings for systems thinkers, practitioners, and innovators. As the train rolled into the city, I felt a mix of anticipation and gratitude, anticipation for the conversations ahead, and gratitude for the chance to share my work alongside some of the brightest minds in the field. Birmingham greeted me with its vibrant mix of modern architecture and rich history, a city that, much like the conference theme, Advancing Together, an invitation for systemic collaboration, seemed to embody connection and transformation. Once I settled in, my focus shifted to preparing for the days ahead. I reviewed my presentation slides, rehearsed my key points, and thought about how my research could spark dialogue across disciplines. The conference brought together people from over 30 countries, academics, policymakers, industry leaders, and grassroots innovators. Conversations began even before the first plenary session. Over coffee, we discussed climate resilience and how addressing it requires systems that link environmental health, economic stability, and social justice rather than treating them as separate issues. There was also deep engagement on systemic equity, the idea that fairness and inclusion must be built into systems from the design stage, not as an afterthought. It was clear that many of us shared a vision, transforming systems so they serve people and the planet more equitably. Day 1, the sessions were packed with insight. One powerful discussion explored cybernetics in governance, how feedback loops, adaptability, and transparency can make decision-making more responsive in an era of uncertainty. Another explored the role of artificial intelligence, not as a replacement for human judgment, but as a partner in decision-making, provided that ethics and accountability remain at the center. There were also stories of transdisciplinary education, where systems thinking is being taught to students and communities to solve local problems, from water scarcity to urban congestion, and there were inspiring examples of community-led innovation, showing that some of the most effective systemic solutions emerge at the grassroots level, where lived experience meets ingenuity. When it came time for my presentation, I felt both ready and deeply honored. I presented my paper, Resilience in Precarious Urban Spaces, Young Male Migrants in Informal Housing. Drawing from a 3-year ethnographic research in Paris, France, I shared the lived experience of young male migrants navigating informal housing. I spoke about migrant-led governance models that foster solidarity, how resilience is built through mutual aid networks, and how digital spaces have become tools of resistance against systemic exclusion. The audience engagement was remarkable. Questions ranged from the role of masculinity in shaping resilience strategies to how urban police can integrate migrant-led solutions. This exchange reaffirmed why spaces like International Society for System Science matter. They are crucibles for cross-pollination of ideas. Award moment. One of the most unforgettable moments came when I was honored with the 2025 Margaret Mead Award, becoming the first African researcher to receive this prestigious recognition. Standing on that stage at the University of Birmingham Leadership Institute, I felt immense pride, not only as a scholar, but as a Zimbabwean and an African. This award was not just about my individual journey, my research. It was a recognition of the value of community-rooted interdisciplinary research in shaping global system science. I was deeply grateful to ISSS leaders, International Federation for Systems Research, both champions of science for global good. Their support, along with the encouragement of colleagues worldwide, made the moment even more meaningful. As the conference drew to a close, I reflected on the richness of the discussions we had, from climate resilience to systemic equity, from cybernetics in governance to the transformative power of grassroots innovation. I left Birmingham energized, knowing that the conversations we had there will ripple outward into our work and communities. This wasn't just an academic gathering, it was a collaborative commitment to addressing the interconnected challenges of our time. My next presentation, I will be at the University of Manchester, where I will be presenting a paper at the BSA Work, Employment and Society Conference. Each of these platforms is a step forward in my mission as a systems thinker, as a researcher, to amplify marginalized voices, integrate knowledge across disciplines, and design systems that truly work for everyone.